Unity versus Rush from the point of view of Unity. This time we get it right. Go game 2, where we see no lineup changes at all. We see Rush staying with the VK2801, and we have the 71 staying for Shy. So we'll see if Unity can adapt their tactics now to get involved with what's going on, and we'll see now if that is going to be successful or not. Shy is going to go into the middle, probably expecting the same sort of tactics as last time. Yep, Shy's going in the middle, but this time with Bulking with him. So the AMX 5100 is going to go in with the Scout to the far side, and this time Unity have decided they're going to take the far east. So with the Antelich, Falcon, Cap and Max all on the far side deciding and that's where they want to take this battle. This leaves their T1 over there with Dead Doctor in the driver's seat, protecting the entire western flank. Wouldn't be surprised if you see Dulux, or sorry, we have seen a lineup change. Dulux in his T2 Light, not a Bison. They removed the second artillery and went for an extra scout. They clearly felt they were too blind during the last battle and the Bisons didn't do enough. Oh, there we go. Right, Falcon over there with Cap. Pushing really far forward. I'm actually worried about Falcon right now. If he's caught off guard, if there's any more than one defender down this side, he could actually get caught out with no support from his teammates. Cap's a little bit further, too far behind. Max is really far behind. But this is a very usual tactic you can do. There is very, very rarely anyone here. You will have the scout line up there, plus the artillery in the corner here, maybe even here. Likely here though. The rest of the team will be here. They can't see anyone in the middle here, they can't see anyone here. That means that they've just confirmed the tactic that there's going to be a light here defending the base, maybe even up here, with the artillery down here and the rest of the team up here. There he is. T2 light there, Dulux gets taken out. Very standard plays thus far. Now it's all about Rush. Will Rush respond, overreact and come rushing down here or rushing down here? Several teams react to this sort of tactic by pushing all their tanks that way and just going for a base trade, or they rush back with all but one tank, have a defensive formation here and send one tank, maybe two through here. You can actually cross these parts here. So that's the sort of tactics I expect to see from Rush. Dead Doctor is the one probing though. He's actually moving forward to see if he can find out where Rush is hiding out. Unity are a careful team. As we saw in the last game, they're not a bad team. They are just a very cautious team. Unity very, very, very much more held back than Rush is. But Rush have moved most of their forces through the middle. Probably taking the path that I pointed out, with Executor taking actually quite a bit of damage coming in there alone. He's not having his team with him, but there's the T-71 doing quite a bit of damage again. I see the T-71's actually worth a lot more than I gave it credit for, and Inspirer gets in front of Executor. We're actually in a really bad angle here. I'm going to raise up so you can see what's going on. Inspirer, Executor, Lebauer losing all their clip into people. Shy actually taking all but one shell needed to kill him. Inspirer, Executor taking a ton of damage though. I'm not sure if this is a good exchange for Rush or for Unity. I think Unity are definitely getting the better end of the deal here. Shy and Bulking coming round the back, saving up together. The T-71 would have been reloaded by now, but Bulking has definitely fired at least 2 of his shells off, maybe even 3. He has not had chance to reload yet. That's a 60-second reload timer. He wouldn't have risked it with so many tanks around him. In the meantime, the T-69s are coming back, and they're going to try and support from the hills behind, as we see with the Anteliches already there. Rush, though, knowing what's going on, is actually going to withdraw here and actually back off. Inspire taking a little bit of team damage, ramming Lebauer full speed in reverse. That's not good for Rush. They don't need to take any more extra damage with the artillery. Striking very close. I have no idea if that hit or not, but that was incredibly close to where the Inspire was just seen. And a bit of a lull of the action. Calm before the storm. The tactics here the interesting tactics to see is the East Coast action. I never understand the teams that do the East action stuff. The West is always very obvious. It's a lot of room to maneuver. You can come back down here, across here, up here. You've got artillery protection. Over on this side, it just feels less so on every regard. It's more complicated to get over and get around it. You're more restricted with your movements. There's less evasion room, and you can get easily caught out without being able to support your teammates. But many teams seem to favour it for this sort of long, drawn-out battles. Maxan taking actually quite a bit of damage on his Bison, surviving with just 10 HP left, is going to back off. Right into that corner, likely, as you see him moving into safety. The AMX 1390 going with him. That's actually a really interesting location for the Bison. He's quite well protected, and it's not that unusual. It gives you a really good arc over into the hills here. As you can see, it's got a direct line over here. So if you're hiding here for protection, you're not going to be protected. Same for here and here. All the reasonably common points where you would hide from artillery. Bulking is spotting Labauer in the middle. We now know that the Rush team hasn't completely abandoned the middle, as Labauer is their T69 driver, able to hold into the center. They don't want to give it up without a fight. Exploring Abbey's details, you actually notice that they have a dual bell tower here. While there's a lot of the action, you might as well explore the map. And I actually really enjoy some of these details in the maps. And you see the bell tower is actually fully developed. But in the meantime, whoa, we have the VK-2801 from Kilroy spotted at home by the T-71. And also the T-69 runs into the T-1 trapwire by Dead Doctor, eventually taking him down. This is interesting to show that we now need to see how Unity react, because Red are definitely, I say Red, they're both Red. Rush are moving north into the base. Sorry for the confusing angle there. I let go of the mouse and it span around. There we go. Kilroy takes a little bit of damage there from Antelich. I think it would be Antelich at that point. As you can see, there's actually a lot of bell towers. I just noticed that this one's another double bell tower. Well, there we go. With the VK still spotted, Kilroy is able to take a snapshot at Shy, but unable to connect. He can't take too many more risks, lest he be actually killed. That would be disastrous for Rush. They won't be able to make much happen if that happens. Now, the thing they have to do here to try and make a play, you see 2 minutes left on the timer. This is when you see near draws happen, where one team or both teams will now play an extreme play, knowing that they can't be actually killed. If they make an overplay right now and they don't all die, they hide the Bison or they hide another tank, they won't be wiped out completely. In the meantime, though, we have Power Slide and Bolkin going head to head. And this time Labauer turns up, sorry, Inspirer turns up and Labauer, and they do manage to take him down. So that's the AMX 5100 down, and that's what you get for separating the forces. But Labauer goes out in front, trying to save all the damage from Power Slide. He must have been reloading, and Power Slide's able to unload into Falcon. He's now having to reload, trying to put Labauer's hole between him and the enemy, but failing to do so, getting taken out. This is going to be a draw if Rush can reset the cap. It looks really good for Unity so far, but there goes the cap reset. Falcon is hit and Antelich leaves it. Inspirer manages to get up to keep them spotted, and there goes the T69. Falcon goes down in the cap circle. That's the Executor taking him out. And the Inspirer is in a lot of trouble here. If Cap and Antelich decide that they're going to go in, he actually could go down. That won't be so bad for Rush at this point, since they do have Executor and Kilroy still operational, and they don't need to do anything other than survive at this point, because I don't think either team can actually win. So Inspirer and Antelich is taking it out to each other. We're going to see who can win out of these two epic Titan battle. We have Antelich taking lots of damage. Inspirers at 296. Both needs 2 more shots, and I think they're both reloading at this point. They don't want to actually finish this off. With 14 seconds left on the clock, this is going to be a draw. GG. Yep. Well, that was a bit of a disappointment. Both teams are playing awfully cautiously. They played the classic wait till 2 minutes before rushing in there. This is a common tactic used by many of the teams when they don't want to lose. They'll do anything to stop them from losing. If it's waiting until 2 minutes, they rush in and they all get wiped out, doesn't matter, because guess what? They have a Bison or a T1 hidden somewhere, so they can't be killed off, and it's a draw, and draws are better than losses. This is a very common tactic used by a lot of teams, and it's something that needs to be got rid of if we want the games not to stagnate like that, and that is stagnation.